Picture this. You wake up, but you don't really feel awake. You go through the motions, brushing your teeth, making coffee, checking your phone. But it's like watching your life from behind a foggy window. You smile when someone talks to you, but inside you feel like you're barely there. Welcome back to Psyche Unveiled. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. This isn't just about feeling sad or having a rough week. We're talking about something deeper, more silent, and more misunderstood. Depression. In this video, we're going to break it down in a way that actually makes sense. No overcomplicated jargon, just real talk, backed by science and lived experience. Let's start. Depression isn't just being sad, it's feeling empty. It's losing interest in things you once loved. It's waking up tired, no matter how much sleep you've had. It's a weight in your chest. It's the mental fog, the irritability, the feeling that you're failing, even when you're doing your best. Some people cry a lot. Others can't cry at all. Some overeat. Others lose their appetite. Some isolate. Others surround themselves with people but still feel alone. Depression doesn't wear one face, it wears many. You might be wondering, what causes depression? Here's where it gets interesting. Mainstream medicine often talks about a chemical imbalance, like low serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter, as the root cause. But that's only one part of the story. Depression is complex, and when we take a holistic look at it, a different picture emerges. Let's start with society. We live in a world of hustle culture, perfectionism, and endless comparison. We're praised for being busy and punished subtly for slowing down. We've traded real connection for social media highlights. It's no wonder so many of us feel disconnected, anxious, and unworthy. And then there's our lifestyle. We consume more sugar, caffeine, wheat, and processed food than ever before. These foods cause inflammation of the gut, which is responsible for 90% of serotonin production. This is the feel-good hormone. Gabor Maté, a physician and trauma expert, argues that addiction, stress, and depression are often the body's response to an emotionally unbalanced life, not just a brain disorder. Richard Schwartz, creator of Internal Family Systems, IFS, adds that we all carry parts within us, especially wounded inner children, exiles, who carry the burden of past pain. Depression can be a way of numbing that pain. Now let's talk about dehydration. Yes, you heard right. Even mild dehydration can reduce cognitive function, increase irritability, and throw off emotional balance. Most of us live in a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration. Water isn't just about your skin or digestion, it's about your brain. Now let's address the idea that depression is purely genetic. Sure, there can be a genetic component, but here's something to think about. Is it genes, or are we just copying the emotional habits of those who raised us? As kids, we absorb everything. If a parent copes with stress by shutting down emotionally, we often learn to do the same. If emotional expression wasn't safe in the home, we might suppress feelings and carry them into adulthood. The point is, trauma, big or small, isn't just what happens to us. It's what happens inside us as a result of what happens outside us. That's the core insight from Maté's compassionate inquiry approach, which can help us understand what is beneath using depression as a coping mechanism. Let's go over some of the signs and what they may reveal. Fatigue, not just tired, deep soul-level exhaustion. This can come from internal parts constantly managing pain. Lack of motivation, often misunderstood. It might be a protector part saying, "Why try if I'll just fail?" Overthinking, anxiety and depression often live together. Racing thoughts are usually trying to prepare us for pain or rejection that haven't even happened yet. Changes in sleep or appetite. Disruptions here are often your body's way of sounding the alarm. Guilt or worthlessness. These can stem from early childhood patterns or unmet emotional needs. Let's get back talking about something you might not usually associate with depression: what you eat and drink. More and more science, especially functional and naturopathic medicine, is showing that mental health is not just about neurotransmitters in the brain. It's about your entire body. In fact, it's often about your gut, your immune system, and your daily habits. Let's start with hydration. The brain is about 75% water. Even mild dehydration can reduce blood flow to the brain, disrupt communication between brain cells, and increase cortisol, the stress hormone. This often leads to irritability, fatigue, brain fog, and even low mood. It's not just about drinking more water, it's about drinking water that replenishes minerals and electrolytes. Coconut water, lemon water, herbal teas, and even homemade broths can work wonders. Now sugar. Sugar can give you a quick hit of dopamine, the reward neurotransmitter, but it's short-lived. Soon after, blood sugar crashes, leaving you moody, tired, and craving more. Over time, this roller coaster can wear down your emotional resilience and disrupt your gut bacteria, which, as it turns out, produce most of your serotonin. Excess sugar has also been linked to chronic inflammation, which is a silent driver of many modern health issues, including depression. Wheat and gluten are another major topic. For some people, gluten increases intestinal permeability, also known as leaky gut. This lets undigested particles leak into the bloodstream, causing an immune response and inflammation that can travel to the brain. Some researchers, like Dr. David Perlmutter, link this kind of inflammation to neurological symptoms, including mood swings, anxiety, and depression. Even in people who don't have celiac disease, dairy may also play a role. Some proteins in dairy, like casein, break down into compounds that interact with brain chemistry. For sensitive individuals, this may lead to changes in mood and behavior. Plus, many people have subtle intolerances that lead to inflammation without obvious digestive symptoms. Then there's table salt, the overly processed, refined kind with added chemicals. Excess sodium without its natural balancing minerals, like potassium and magnesium, can stress the adrenals and impact your energy, focus, and mood. Let's not forget the nutrient side. Low levels of magnesium, B vitamins, omega-3s, and zinc are all strongly linked to depression. These nutrients are essential for neurotransmitter production, stress response, and brain function. Unfortunately, modern diets, high in processed foods and low in variety, are often deficient in these nutrients. The bottom line? Your mood is not just in your head, it's in your gut, your cells, your hydration, and your daily plate. What you eat and drink shapes your mental health just as much as your thoughts or circumstances. Real healing often starts with the basics: clean water, whole foods, and removing the irritants your body may be reacting to. As Dr. Gabor Maté often points out, healing isn't just about removing the symptom, it's about creating the conditions where your mind and body no longer need it. Holistic experts like Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride and Dr. Kelly Brogan often start mental health protocols with diet and hydration resets because they work. Schwartz's IFS shows us that what we call mental illness is often just a misunderstood system of protectors trying to survive trauma. When we give these parts a voice and unburden the exiles, true healing happens. Maté teaches that trauma isn't about what happened. It's about what didn't happen: the lack of emotional attunement, connection, and safety. He connects depression, addiction, and anxiety to suppressed authenticity. These are ways the body asks for help. His approach, compassionate inquiry, encourages us to ask, when did I first learn I had to hide parts of myself to be loved? When we repress emotions for years, they don't disappear. They show up as illness. Let's be honest. Healing doesn't start with pressure. It starts with permission. Permission to feel what you're feeling, to not have it all figured out, and to move slowly, one small step at a time. 1. Start with water. Your brain is mostly water, and even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, mood swings, and brain fog. One of the simplest, most powerful things you can do is drink a glass of water with a pinch of Himalayan or Celtic salt or a squeeze of lemon to help your cells absorb it. Hydration isn't just physical, it stabilizes mood and lowers stress. 2. Eat real food, not just for the body, but for the mind. Highly processed food, refined carbs, sugar, and caffeine might give short bursts of energy, but at what cost? You don't need a perfect diet. Just one real, whole food meal a day is a great start. Focus on veggies, healthy fats, and fiber to nourish your body and rebalance your gut-brain connection. And then there is the food for your mind. There are 3 questions you should be asking yourself. What am I listening to? What am I watching? What am I reading? Is it inspirational and enriching content? If not, find something that is. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes as time goes by. 3. Rest is healing. Depression often comes with exhaustion, but rest isn't laziness, it's medicine. Take 10 minutes to pause, breathe, and just be. No phone, no to-do list. The nervous system can't reset without stillness. 4 small acts matter. Brush your teeth, open a window, put on fresh clothes. These tiny habits remind your nervous system that you're still here, still alive. When in doubt, start with hydration. That alone can shift your energy. 5. You don't have to do this alone. You're not a burden. Reach out, even if it's awkward or messy. Healing relationships are part of healing depression. Therapies like IFS, internal family systems, help you explore the parts of yourself carrying pain and learn to work with them compassionately, not fight them. 6. Compassion. First, you're not broken, you're healing, gently, imperfectly, in your own time. Some days you'll move, others you'll rest. Both are valid. So today, maybe you just drink some water, eat something nourishing, and rest. That counts. That's healing. There's no race, no gold star, just the quiet, everyday miracle of choosing not to give up on yourself. And that is more than enough. Thanks for being here. If this video spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep the conversation going. Your mind matters, your healing matters, and you matter. We'll see you in the next video.